I thought you were going to do a pose next to the E-Type for a minute. Right, that's the function rooms. No, it's up here. There, yeah. Where's entrance? Yeah. Yeah.
Looking back in hindsight, it's just amazing that nobody else had thought of doing it the way that John thought of doing it. But this is what so often happens.
Why and how he explained best himself in the 1996 interview.
I thought if I produce a little kit on how I built my special, maybe 250 copies, would sell out in maybe 3 months. I did just that, and we sold out in 10 days. And I was not pushing miles. And have a free day price. 5 shillings, 5 more, no money.
In the 1960s, cars were relatively expensive and unreliable, and people needed friendly, accessible advice on maintenance and repairs. What started as a hobby that funded motorists cost in the RAF soon developed into more of a cottage industry, as my mother explains.
Well, there were several fun things. The first one that I was involved with was the garage at the back of my parents' uncle's house in Yeovil. It was advertised as the motorist bookshop, so you had people running up and down the street trying to find the motorist bookshop. Of course, it wasn't one. It was all done out of my father-in-law's garage. John was still in the RAF, and he would do this kind of work and training the shifts from the RAF. So he was done everything else.
My father also loved racing cars, and this got him into some quite serious scrapes.
Just before we were thinking it round, 4 weeks of that before we went to the fair, John had been racing all summer.
He managed to find some motoring-related activity that combined his passion for cars and publishing.
First night we did in Aden, and we took a friend's Sprite apart, took the engine up 4 flights of stairs to our flat. We had 3 of our
Where's the sat-nav then?
RAF friends carrying his engine up.
Where's the sat-nav then?
Dripped down the engine.
Where's the sat-nav?
But my fingers are
And the infotainment
in our
system.
back bedroom in our flat. I
took pictures and saw that.
edited it, and argued with John about what should go in, where it should go.
Before your time properly.
On a proportional space electric
What, that
IBM
switch?
typewriter.
Can't say I do. That's the indicator switch, is it? Yeah. I kind of gathered that because of the direction thing that it will go like, you know, but that was a guess really.
In Sunset, and he printed off the first hand.
Right, what's through the double doors then? Aha. God, it's quite a big place actually, isn't it? God. Some old classics here, look. Some old classics here, that. Yeah.
That's for the OOPs to get around.
These are ULEZ. The ULEZ ones, are they?
Well, I get
Take them into London.
Yeah.
In the congestion zone, yeah. This one's definitely air cooled, isn't it?
And the overdrive is on the stick.
Oh, okay. Mind you, look at the width of this one. Yeah. Yeah, certainly a room full of red cars, that's for sure. Cool. Yeah. I can't get over this thing though. With this Rolls Royce here. It's massive, isn't it? Mind you, it's not as big as this blue one here. This blue one's even longer, isn't it? Mind you, that yellow one's quite long. This roll or Litchester Sports Tourer. Right, so we're only right part way around this place.
Yeah. Where's the food at the beginning?
Yeah, she said you've got to walk out the main door and right to the end of the building. So, oh, there's more of these cars here now, look.
Yeah.
There's only two there earlier. Yeah.
Walk out the main door. Main.
Ah, how'd you get out there? How'd you get out? Oh, maybe, oh, over there. Oh, hang on, no entry, it says there.
Look, you sat there. We're not going to go around there. Or we just come in.
Hi, lovely. How do we get out from here? To see the car show? Because it says no entry there. Right, okay, thanks. Oh, okay, thank you. Right, okay, lovely, thank you. Well, there you go. There's a, what's that? Caravel. Oh, it's a Renault, that is. It's in the old Mercedes there, look. Old Hillman Imp.
Is that one of those in the family as well?
Really? Who makes that? Oh,
What is that?
don't know.
English. Remake.
Yeah. Right, let's come out here and have a. Oh, it's good so far, mate. Yeah, it's worth the drive. So, no, this is just driving some of the roadworthy cars out, I think. It'll be interesting to see what cars they are. So, who knows, it could be a Hillman Minx. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely good so far, mate. Another successful day out. Yeah, thought it'd be interesting. It's better than the shot of the video of the supermarket, isn't it?
Oh, we had to let us back in afterwards.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, she said you can come in and go as much as you please, like, you know. So, well, you got like a go-kart track there in the distance. Yeah. I've got a Mark 1 Escort there, look. Ideal. I had one of those. Yeah. And a Mini, yeah. Okay. Welcome to Haynes Motor Museum and our moving vehicle display this afternoon. My name's Greg. We're going to drive a few of the cars out of the museum. The ones that start today, that was the ones that we chose. Just a few little things before we start. If you could just stay where you are for the time being, and then after we've finished, you can come inside and have a closer look at the cars and get into them and so on. But just bear in mind that they are all museum pieces. So one of our aims here as a museum is to preserve things, so we don't want too many things snapped off and broken. So if you could be very careful when you get in and out of them. So the first vehicle we've got to drive around this afternoon is a 1965 Mini. This is actually an Austin Super Mini Deluxe Saloon, and I use the word deluxe in the loosest possible sense. This particular car is painted in Island Blue, which is an original colour and actually is unrestored, so this is the original paintwork. It has hydroelastic suspension, which wasn't around for very long. They went to rubber cones on the Mini for quite quickly for reliability reasons. And this one's got the 998cc engine. When they first came out, there was a concern that they were too fast, too quick. So they actually brought out an 850 version of it, which was even slower. Because this will do 0 to 60 in 27 seconds, which is a long, long time. And tops out at 72 miles an hour. It was quite unusual for the time because it's actually got enough room in it for 4 adults. 80% of the area inside the car is taken up by passengers, just 20% by the engine. This car has the optional heater fitted, but does not have, although it says on here it's got a radio, I know for certain it has not got a radio in it. The only entertainment comes from yourself. Over 1 million Minis of all type were sold by 1965, so that was just within 5 years. And 5.3 million by the time they finished making them in the year 2000. And if you go into the museum, or if you've been in the museum, you'll see there's a red Cooper S in there, which is one of the last ones from the year 2000, just before BMW started producing the new Mini. Okay, second vehicle, if it starts, it's quite an art to starting it. So it's effectively a moped inside, and it has a lever which is a bit like a Kickstarter, but you pull the lever and then you whack your elbow against the framework, and then you swear a bit. There we go, we're off now. So this is a bar jar auto rickshaw, but it's more commonly known as a tuk-tuk for obvious reasons. The engine goes tuk-tuk-tuk-tuk-tuk. It's got a single cylinder 145cc engine, which is about the same size as a lawnmower, producing 7 horsepower, and is capable of 22 miles per hour. And at that speed it's terrifying. If you go too fast around a corner, it will fall over. Notice the horn gets a different tone as it goes faster. It's a 2-stroke engine, which is why it belches out smoke everywhere. Although you can now get an electric version. If you wanted to buy one of these in the UK, I don't know why you would, but you could pay £6,000 for them. And then I think you probably need to go to mental asylum. The weather protection consists of drop-down curtains at the side. I think it's contributing to global warming all by itself. Okay, so the third car here is a Nissan Micra. This was just after Datsun changed the name to Nissan, about 2 years after they changed their names. This is a 1985 C-Reg one, of which there are only 9 left in the country, and none of them are actually on the road, so they're all sawned like this one. This car's got a 1 litre 50 horsepower or so engine. There's a high compression version which produces 54 horsepower. 5-speed gearbox. And the big advantage this car had over things like the Fiesta and the Corsa at the time was that it actually was reliable. The big disadvantage it had was that it was extremely likely to rust, as you can see from this one. They only weighed 630 kilos and got lighter very quickly after that as well, because as the rust fell off, they got lighter and lighter. So it did mean that it could do 0 to 60 in 15 seconds and top out at 87 miles per hour. The interior is a magnificent example of 80s beige velour, and you'll also notice that the doors themselves are incredibly thin. The whole car has no significant metal structure to it. It's very, very thin, and wouldn't be great to have an accident in, I don't think. This particular car's has only done 66,000 miles and was donated to the museum in 2021. So now we move on to something a little bit quicker. So this is a Ford Escort Mark 1 Mexico. When Ford produced the Mark 1 Escort, they also decided that rallying and competition was a great way to advertise their cars. The idea being win on Sunday, sell on Monday. So they had the Escort Mark 1 with the Lotus twin cam engine in it, the 1600. But they were quite temperamental cars, so they needed to produce something that had the looks of the fast cars, but was a little bit more restrained. So this is 83 horsepower from a 1600. But nevertheless, it's quite a quick little car for the day. 0 to 60 was about 10 seconds, which is perfectly adequate even today. At a top speed of 99 miles an hour, which I suspect is marketed as 100 miles an hour. I can't think why you'd market it as 99 miles an hour. The Mexico was built on a separate production line at Yeovil, at the AVO plant, and it has a specially reinforced body shell, as well as a special AVO plate on it. And if ever you want to buy an Escort Mexico, make sure you find the important bits are correct, because there are an awful lot of copies out there that are not real Mexicos. A real one will set you back 40 or 50,000 pounds now for a good one, whereas the cheaper replicas aren't worth anywhere near as much. They made around 10,000 of these in the early 1970s. And this particular car has got the optional map reading light fitted to it. Okay, now we come fairly well up to date with the 2019 Honda Civic Type R. This particular one is a little unusual because it's actually a prototype. So this was owned by Honda themselves up in Swindon and donated to the museum because it was a prototype car. So it's not, although it's got a registration plate, it's not actually road legal. And when you look inside later, you'll see there's a plaque on the dash. And there were 20 of these lightweights made, but this particular one was not one of them. So it has 0000. It's also got a stone stuck in the discs. It seems to do that a lot. So this was when Honda were going through their origami phase with their design, so there's lots of creases and angles and quite a busy design to it. The newer ones are a little bit more rounded up. It's got a very distinctive exhaust as well, as you see when it goes back. With 3 exhaust pipes, the middle one is a resonator to make it sound good. This particular model of Type R was capable of lapping the Nürburgring in 7 minutes 43 seconds. To put that into perspective, that's the sort of performance that a Formula 1 car would have had in the 1950s, 1960s. And when Honda donated this car to us, they also donated a park cutaway car, which is not on display at the moment, I'm afraid, but it's got half of the bodywork missing, a bit like the cutaway Mini that we've got. It's quite handy when you're reversing and trying to park, because you can actually see through where the door should be. And it's around about 330 horsepower. So 0 to 60 is about 5.5 seconds and top speed of about 170 miles an hour. Okay, so that's finished driving them. If you want to come in now and have a good close look at them.
vuole ottenere successo. Ma io credo che sia un po' il segreto della terra, cioè ricorrere alle macchine ultramoderne per ottenere lavorazioni con rispetti medesimali e ricorrere alla capacità manuale dei nostri collaboratori per determinati montaggi e finiture dove viene dato una forma, direi una linea, un contorno a quella che è l'automobile non più di serie. Le corse trovo che sono state, come lo sono ancora oggi, una fonte inestinguibile di innovazione, di miglioramento. Perché trasferire una produzione quantitativamente limitata i benefici che lei realizza alla costruzione del motore da corsa e delle autovetture diventa una cosa abbastanza a che prova le nostre macchine qualcosa di diverso. Non è che sia solo no, ma quelle cose di
Never even seen a Rover estate like that.